A Tree Grows in Brooklyn is at the top of my list of comfort reads. It's one of those books that I can pick up when I feel a bit down or I'm struggling or I don't want to read any of the books that I am trying to read at the time. I don't know why I like A Tree Grows in Brooklyn so much. I don't know why this is a book that I choose over many other books. Although it probably owes something to its gentle humour, in its honesty, in its poignancy, and its hopefulness. Because even though it takes place in an impoverished neighbourhood in early 20th century Brooklyn, the point of view that it is told from, that of a young girl growing up, is so hopeful for the future, so innocently searching. And of course, Francie Nolan is a character who I very much see myself in, with her love of reading and her love of people watching and the imagination that she uses to find her way through the difficulties in her life. Also in her love for her family and the people around her. On surface level, it's a book about a girl growing up in poverty. But I would actually say, and I'm not the first to say this, I'm sure the last, but it's actually a novel about people and humanity just in general, because it's not a novel where much happens. It doesn't have a very complex plot. It's just a girl who grows up. And it's her family who love her in their own ways and the lessons that they teach her. There are elements to this book that some have called racism or anti-Semitism when viewed in a modern light. And of course there is something to be said for calling into question the sins of the past or the views of the past. And there is also something to be said for understanding that those are a product of their time, but I wouldn't say that really either of those 100% apply to this book. Because Francie, who is the point of view character in the book, she is only saying what she has heard, and it reads more as naivety about that which she doesn't know. She's never cruel, and it's never a dislike. It's more of a gentle observance of the views of other people. And that observation in her comes from a thirst for knowledge, which is possibly the main thing that I can really associate with. Early in the novel, she reads every book. She wants to read every book from A to Z in the library. I read somewhere that this could be seen as obsessive behaviour, but I don't think that that fits with her character at all. And for me, it's always come across as a desire to understand and not miss anything. And I can understand that. While I feel that Francie herself is the character that is most like myself, I love all of the characters in this novel. And there's a bit of passage in the novel, a description of the women in Francie's family on her mother's side. And the women in Francie's family are described as being made from thin, invisible steel. And I think I too would quite like to be made from thin, invisible steel. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'd love if you could comment below so that we could have a talk about what your comfort reads are, or if you comfort read at all, what your favourite books are. I'd just like to talk to you. In the description below, I'll have all of the products used in making this video and this painting. If you like my painting, feel free to follow me on Instagram, which I'll link in the description below. I also have an Etsy shop where you can buy watercolour originals as well as oil originals. And I have a Patreon, which I'd love if you could support me on so that you could get reference photos, original artworks, and thank you notes from me, depending on how much you pledge. And I'd really love to see you there. Of course, subscribe. I post new videos every Tuesday, sometimes Thursdays, but every Tuesday definitely. And I'll be talking about books and art, the same as I always do. If you have any books that you want me to talk about or read or anything, let me know in the description below, and I'll probably check them out. And thank you so much for watching. Hope to see you again soon.